serious note, though, contextualizing the topic of WIL in engineering at universities and building on some of the discussions of this morning, I would like to read a portion in our own history. And it goes as follows. The striking miners had chosen a hill as their gathering point and were discussing a truce with police officers. These discussions collapsed when mine workers refused to disarm. Joseph, the armed coup leader, dropped to his knees and pleaded with the strikers just before the police opened fire. Comrades, the life of a black person in Africa is so cheap. They will kill us. They will finish us and then they will replace us and continue to pay wages that cannot change black people's lives. That would mean that we were defeated and that the capitalists will win. But we have another way. We urge you, brothers and sisters, men, I am kneeling down, coming to you as nothing. Let us stop this bloodshed. Let us stop this bloodshed. Work integrated learning, cooperative education, has been launched as an opportunity like no other in South African society. Opportunity to transform. Dr. Patel, our speaker representing Dr. Mahonia, had spoken about the need to address transformation in our societies. Transformation in our societies that is sustainable. In order to do this, we need to be able to give meaningful education interventions. And it's on that premise that I've prepared a very generic introductory comment that I'd like to read to you now. Having listened to your feedback at the last WIL Africa conference, we decided that having speaker lineups for the entire day is great. It gives us an opportunity to hear from them, but we are not tapping into the expertise sitting amongst the practitioners present. And so in this session, we are going to be listening to what feedback you have to give us on this topic. Thereafter, we are going to be engaging with a panel of students so that the voice of students in what's articulated in curriculum, what's brought through in terms of pedagogy, what's brought through in terms of assessment, evaluation, impact analysis, can be incorporated as well. So this session is specifically designed in response to having listened to what you, our SASP community, wanted. Around the world, millions of students are graduating. Unfortunately, accessing meaningful opportunities will not be the case for everyone. Finding statistics in a South African context became very, very difficult because we have official documentation from various sectors of our economy after sector skills plans are drafted by our CETAs that sometimes contradicts national policy documents, that contradicts national statistics. Dr. Patel earlier mentioned a 40% youth unemployment in the country. In the UK, more than half of graduates are working in non-graduate roles, while in the US, graduate unemployment and graduate underemployment Those who work part-time but want full-time roles currently stand at 5.5% and 12.6% respectively. And they consider that a crisis in their country. If that's a crisis in the West, what's our situation in our country and in our region? After years of study and expense, what a shocking waste of talent, money and dreams. Year after year, however, I listen to the concerned clients of Hayes and Remco's who are worried that each fresh wave of graduates simply do not possess the skills required to excel in the modern world of work, or even get a foot in the door. So what's going wrong? There remains a fundamental mismatch between market demand and the supply of skills. The long-standing concern around the drought of STEM and digital talent is well publicized. But the issue extends beyond that. Students are graduating with degrees offering neither technical nor vocational knowledge. Yet, these are exactly what employers are looking for first. Recent studies in the US found that while 87% of graduates feel that they are well prepared to hit the ground running, and I'd be keen to know what our graduates feel in terms of their readiness to hit the ground running, only half of hiring managers agreed. The shortfall across hard and soft skills is plain to see. 1 in 4 roles goes unfilled due to the technical skills gaps, and hiring managers report worrying gaps in graduates' critical thinking, communication skills, and leadership skills. So knowing all of this and knowing the potential of work integrated learning, how is WIL used as a tool, specifically in the engineering sector, but also across all disciplines at universities to address it? Around the world, many graduates simply aren't employable in new roles being crafted by society today. Yet, they will have spent the last at least 3 years raking up debt to study a course that will not help them find a relevant role. If steps are not taken to address this, then I genuinely fear for our graduates, employers, and our regional economy. We are already seeing the skills gap widen. And in fact, Mr. Dimba spoke about the skills donga in our country. So where does the blame and solution lie? With educational institutions, employers, governments, perhaps with the graduates themselves. In my opinion, all 4 are in fact culpable. Sad to say, but I have seen firsthand how many universities and colleges are unable to provide students with worthwhile career advice that allows them to consider all the options available for ongoing education and where this can realistically take them. It's understandable when most of these institutions are staffed solely by professionals from the world of education, and that they themselves might not have the insights required to advise on careers outside their own fields. But it does leave a big gap of information for their customers, the students. In my view too, the education system is often focused far too much on league table positioning, jostling, and building an egalitarian society, rather than having courses focused on the best employment opportunities before applying and how they are prepared for each career once they walk out the door. I'm a big admirer of the approach taken by the Rochester Institute of Technology, who used data from labor statistics to provide prospective students with a frank guide on how various careers are set to fare in coming years and how these careers are to evolve. Having said that, how many of our institutions, both TVET colleges, universities of technology, or traditional universities, are basing our student enrollment projections on actual. So we've had some voices from our academic partners, from our social partners, and now we're going to hear from our students. I have not met them, so I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves, the institution you're from, the degree that you're studying. Is our international law student joining? Sir, I know they say ladies first, but this is the day of. Would you introduce yourself, the degree you studied, the university that you're from, please? And also tell us how long your work integrated learning was for.
Greetings. My name is Okambuna. I studied here in the University of Johannesburg. I did a national diploma in mechanical engineering. I'm still doing the WIL Africa Center. I haven't finished. It's a period of 12 months. So I'm left with only 3 months to finish the WIL program.
Thank you.
My name is Openzo Musele. Studying human resource management. Currently doing my postgraduate in HR. I did my WIL program experience with BMW in Brussels. It didn't last long, but it's probably one of the shortest because it was still a high program. I'm not mistaken. And yeah.
Thanks, Offensive.
My name is Alwan Bovane. I'm from the bar on Institute of Technology. And then I joined the 12-month program with FC.
Which qualification did you study?
IT. I have diploma in IT and BTech in IT.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Masala Shahra from UT. I did my in-service training for 6 months around the world. Currently, I'm a tourism management hospitality postgraduate student.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elia Kinsey. I'm currently completing my role at the DET Cooperative Education Department. I am at the W University of Technology, and I am completing my diploma in public relations management.
How long did you work for, Elia?
6 months.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually a student from Thailand. At DUT, I study about the industry.
So at hospitality in WIL Africa University in Thailand, work integrated learning is also a regulated part of exchange. In fact, we were work integrated learning in Durban as well. Okay. And how long is your work cover for? 6 months. Okay. So we've got a wide range of students here. I'm going to be asking them a couple of questions to share their perspectives with us. I'm going to ask you to respond if you are passionate about it. Right? The first is, do you feel that you were adequately prepared to go on work integrated learning? Don't all answer at once. No, just like, stay back. Right? Sir, there's 3 of you, so you can pick. Sir, you can go for this. This is really fun.
I believe I had some sort of preparation in the university because during my theory part, we were exposed to theoretical laboratories. We used to go at some point, we were required to do labs and then submit reports. So in the WIL also, I am also doing the same thing. I'm given a task and I also have So I've learned, like, in engineering, we use tools. So also from in the academic stuff, I've also learned how to use the tools in the laboratories.
Okay, over. Bearing in mind that companies are saying students don't have critical thinking, communication, and leadership of problem-solving skills. Right? How did we prepare you for those things? The tooling, the equipment, and all the rest of it is part of the technical skills. Tell me what we did for you to prepare you for the other skills that companies are looking for.
In the university?
Yes.
The university has got a wide range of societies that can be involved with. Right now, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I was a chairperson for the Engineering Mechanical Forum, which taught me about the leadership skills. Also, there are voluntary programs which you can be involved in. There are also, what was the last part of the question?
What do we do to help you with the soft skills, essentially? The communication, the teamwork, leadership, critical thinking.
Okay. For teamwork, as I said before, there are also laboratories which we're supposed to do them in groups and also individually. So,
Okay.
we are in a group. Like if a laboratory required, it was actually like this. Sometimes it's required you to be tested individually. Sometimes it's required to test.
So there's a group project that you guys need to do.
Yes.
Okay. Now, thanks, Opa. Ladies, which one of you is going to answer the question? Please.
The same question.
Same question.
Oh, for me, it was up until I actually did one of the presentations that we call schedule. Then I got an eye-opener to say, you know what, certain things are not really taught in class. You need to apply the things you know with other people. Like being punctual. That is something that you need to have as an individual. It has to be in you. You don't have to learn it from somebody else. So attending those presentations actually made me aware that there's so much more to life than the little things that we actually take for granted. So I think that was actually one of the things that put me on par with my field of study, and it made me become even more passionate about what I do.
How do you think you would have felt if, as lecturers from your first year, if you were led to the class to say, no, you're not allowed?
Sure.
Because punctuality, what you are now saying, is such an important skill.
I would have felt somehow defeated because I think this actually applies to me in a very practical manner because I initially started my undergrad at a satellite campus. So it was up until I moved to main campus that I realized that, you know what, there's so much more the satellite campuses are actually not getting in terms of the attention that is given to people that are actually in main campus. So me going there was actually made me aware that, you know what, there's this digital divide that I would really want to bridge or to create a bridge between the two. To say that further generations that are coming behind me should not experience what I actually went through. Because by then I didn't know much about work, but it was up until I went to main campus that I got to be exposed to a whole lot of opportunities.
So are you saying to me today that world was actually a good thing?
Yes, it is indeed a platform for transformation.
Thank you. Any of the other students, what would you like to say in terms of your view is the benefit of the world now that you've been on? Sir, over.
Personally, I would put my money on thinking more onto the WIL focusing more on critical cross-field outcomes. This is being teamwork, punctuality as well, being one of them. The use of actual systems and software that we are required from us as graduates to know whenever we enter the workplace. Unfortunately for us, since it was a pilot program, we actually had to identify most of the mistakes that are happening within the WIL program. So, but we were not given the platform to actually raise the concerns to a certain extent where they can be improved for people that may come into or be part of the WIL program future years to come. So,
Just a quick question, right? When you said that your world was restricted to observation, would you recommend that we pursue observation? As a means of
I'd say a balance of both observation and practicality, because there's an imbalance, because you walk into an organization where you're supposed to partake within your work, and your theory dominates more of the practical experience that you receive.
And how long was your work for?
It was less than 4 months. Less than 4 months. So it was hardly much that you could learn and grasp from the people that are more experienced. So we had to use most of the theoretical knowledge in order to try and overtake the practical deficit.
Thank you, sir. Again, you've got a longer term that you're doing your work for. Share with us about what you're thinking.
Well, firstly, I do agree with the students here. WIL is highly beneficial. For me personally, I feel that WIL is the gap between theory and practical. The reason why I say that is in lectures we learn a lot about the basic expectations of the working environments, and when we actually go into the working environments, it's a total different ball game. You face many challenges in the working environments, which has been explained in lectures and stuff, but when you actually experience the actual working working environments, it's completely different. WIL has pulled me in many ways. I've been exposed to a lot of industry, and it's also built my character. I also said when I first entered the working world as a cooperative education department, I was really timid and reserved, and I was exposed to a lot of teamwork, which was really important in my working environment. So that sort of built my character, and that's why I feel that WIL is highly beneficial in students.
Thank you so much for sharing. To our students from Malawi, in Thailand, the cooperative education model encourages students to do co-op first year, second year, and third year.
In my university, we have co-op, same in South Africa, same in the UT, and we have my class. I have 4 time for workshop, no for workshop, for training, yes, and now my university same do co-op same DUT, and I can come here because everything is same, and I come here for experience and for see everything in South Africa.
Thank you.
I hope everyone understands.
When I was in Thailand, actually having a session with the university, one of the things that they're encouraging is internationalization and preparing the students not only for experiences in their local setting, but in terms of sending them out regionally in the ASEAN countries and across the world. One way of doing that is to get lecturers and students from other countries to come into their institution, and another way is to get students from their institution to go to other countries and then bring back that experience into their classroom. And they've embarked on a deliberate strategy for this, and they're working very closely with DUT, I know. And there's been students from South Africa that's actually gone overseas as well to have the experience of it. So, you have a question?
Can I throw a curveball? How many of you would have done a national higher diploma where theory or attendance at technical at the time was 17 weeks and the work integrated learning was 31 weeks? Because everybody wanted to get 3 weeks.
Who of you are actually diploma students and who of you went on to do your degrees? Only the Indian? So we've got 5, sir.
Not the numbers. Remember, we did 17 weeks.
No, I'm saying the students. I'm just looking at so they can't answer the question from a degree perspective. They just
saw that their outcome was a national higher diploma, would they have registered?
That they did. They are national diploma students. Did you guys register for national diploma or for the degree? Diploma.
What you say is the highest diploma was based by the E10.
Oh, okay. The new article, okay. Okay.
Well, you could only get a national higher diploma. You
Without-
couldn't get a degree.
I don't think they're even familiar with the new, I think that's a conversation that we can probably have. But students don't know what the new high diplomas actually entail. Please do.
I'd like to know, what was your experience when you started working? How well prepared were they for you? I'm not going to give on the
Company side.
company, the employers. We could just like like a previous person spoke about, you were running around making the tea and coffee, or did they have a program for you where you really learned and you had a mentor? And what, because I know some of you spoke of a very short, I think it was a pilot group. I can understand the pilot group. Unfortunately, if I may say, people, it's almost experienced an experiment that they're trying to put through. So unfortunately, they try and iron out a lot of things. But the rest of you that have gone through, and even yourself that's gone through the pilot group, obviously with the pilot group, they would have hopefully mentors and that, but the others that have just gone into it, did you have a mentor that you could report to, that somebody that could say, this is the auxiliary for the day, this is what you're going to learn? Or was it a matter of, for instance, the lady that's in tourism, come, we've got this thing to do, you've got to run around and do it, or was it part of your learning program?
Sir.
I studied IT, and then when I joined, well, they have a program for me. They're like, okay, in this amount of time, we're going to cover this and this and this and this. And then the goal is to reach here. Yeah, that's how.
So in your instance, you had a structured
Yeah.
program. There were specific things they needed to expose you to. Anyone else would like to share?
With tourism, obviously there's no such thing as tourism because it's an amalgamation of different departments together. So in order for me to know which department I actually excel in or the department that I'm actually passionate about, I had to go through, I had to be rotated through every department. So in that way, I actually initiated to say, can I go through? Because initially the agreement was that I'd be at front desk. But then you're like, no, I want more. So, and some organizations or establishments are always open to that. They want students that actually make an initiative. Because some people don't know what you want. So when you get there, you tell them, these are my expectations. How do you feel about it? And then you take it from there.
Anyone else? Please. Thank you.
To answer your question, at the cooperative education I'm based, when I first arrived here, I was assigned a supervisor meeting which I had to report to throughout my training day. I'm studying calculations, which means I do events, so I was assigned events. However, as she had mentioned, initiative, my director, Mr. Ori, from the beginning did stress initiative. So I wasn't rotated in the organization, but I did take initiative to help in different other departments here. But I was assigned specifics.
Okay, just before we take that question, from all which companies in South Africa did you go to?
At Hotel, Hotel, Ilapini Hotel, and ICT, Dubai ICT.
Okay, thank you. Madam, you had your hand up.
I have two questions that are very different, and we can address them in which way the development system. The first question is, would you prefer your work training to be, assuming that all your work training is at the end of your theory education, would you prefer block release training? So you do your first year of theory, which is the foundation of whatever you're studying, being IT or engineering, and
it is that I was going to do. But then for someone who comes from the rural areas and has never heard of tourism, it becomes overwhelming at the end. Because one of the main barriers is that they cannot really communicate. Communication becomes a barrier. So then if we had that opportunity of government, I think it would have helped, it would help rather a lot of students that are actually here to come. In terms of ethics, I think ethics should actually be taught as a module, if not as a course, within institutional primary.
Anyone else just on the ethics issue? Just before I take questions. Ethics, did you take an ethics course? Yes, yes, sir.
In the course that we have what we call organizational behavior. So ethics are embedded into the course, but I personally feel that ethics is something that should be taught from foundation phase back in
A little bit louder, let's not hear you.
When I joined, the first thing that we did was to give me the course, the course, and
At university.
no, when I joined the
So that's for work.
yeah.
Okay. But would you want to have done it at university or not? So you're saying I've been taught ethics at home already? Okay, so, and I'm only take, all the hands are going up now, right? I can see I'm getting looks from Annie, she's planning today, we're going to be adjourning now, so I'm going to take 2 questions on that side, just one here. Please make it brief.
My question is to what extent university life was the support of the university in terms of your placement at the workplace, in terms of monitoring you at the workplace, checking up in terms of whether you are basically language qualification, etc. What was the support for the monitoring from the university?
For us, we have got the WIL coordinator, who is a lecturer, does site visits. Basically, before you can sign the contract of the company, he has to check it, he has to go to the company and check if the company complies with what the group requires. So, before doing anything, they check that and then give you the go ahead.
Anyone else to speak in? On the same question? Same. Oh, okay. I'm in trouble.
Yes.
Sir.
I'm coming from PSN. So I wanted to respond to a question was raised with respect to one students are misplaced.
Yeah.
Where the proper system of what an MOU to the company will agree what skills that they have to learn in the company. And as an internship manager, I ensure that I visit those companies to ensure that the students are doing what they are supposed to do. Yeah, what are the notices?
Ma'am, did you hear the response? The gentleman was saying at the institution, what they do is have an MOU with companies prior to the students being placed to ensure that the learning outcomes of the qualification is achieved during the placement.
Kaburo from DUT. It's actually the same order. I was just surprised to hear that in some departments, students do not know what they are going to do in the workplace. We have the same system at DUT in the electrical power engineering department. You understand that that field is not on the street. You can't learn nothing about the street. So we design the outcomes and we ask the student to go when you get an employer. The employer, who is the engineering manager, must tick on a list of outcomes. He must tick what they are able to
expose the students.
And we, as an academic monitor, we can go and verify if we doubt, because some names are not really sounding the way. You understand? So we go there and do the workplace approval. After that process, then we can approve the student to be registered.
So I'm grateful to hear that it ties in with what the students have said in terms of the employer was pre-vetted and approved. Once the appointment took place, the manager or supervisor ensured the correct learning outcomes was achieved. From an academic perspective, we're saying, our colleagues were saying, we go and we validate, we verify that. So that's, sir.
I'm here from Durban University of Technology. The first question you asked about soft skills, should it be trained in university or it should be trained at home? If you are taking the industrial countries, example in Europe and America and other countries, it is basically it's a part of culture. Timing, if you are going to Germany, buses do not come 1 minute late. Sharp track. If 1 minute late, they are going to have a problem. But here, if you are coming 10 minutes late, we don't take that things very seriously. So it's a part of culture. That culture should be brought up. That's the first thing. And second thing, this what we call it as the personality development, the soft skills. That should be embedded in the training or in the class, and that should be given marks because every student wants marks. So if it is introduced to coming on time or submitting the assignments on time, everything is given a certain amount of marks. I believe that a lot of things will change at the time.
But I think that it means that the evolution of WIL in terms of it being an event in the curriculum stops, because then that kind of preparation takes place in any course, yes, irrespective of what I'm lecturing. Okay? So then WIL becomes a pedagogic approach as opposed to an event curriculated for a particular semester. Thanks for me. Ma'am?
I'm Johanna from the University of Namibia, and I'm interested to know what actually pulled you through during your work program. What was it, that inner passion or the strength that really pulled you through? Because it sounds like some of you had various challenges, but still you managed to finish. The last one also is that in terms of curriculum development and also the programs that we have at university, what would you say needs to be included to prepare you better?
Okay. So there's two questions. What in you pulled you through? The second, what would you like to see in a WIL program?
Okay. As I said, I'm taking the role second.
Yes.
I am learning a lot of things. Currently, that is what is keeping me motivated.
The learning.
Yes. For example, you can, for someone who doesn't know, you can ask yourself, how did this test get to be here? We are using the commercial project, we use with chess and chess. Right now, right now here, I am able to make a test from scratch and then finish. That is something that I can, and something which I can use tomorrow. It keeps me going.
Excellent. So what would you like to see in your program? And I know I'm rushing you now, but we are really running late.
So far, I think I'm covered.
You're covered. Joanna, maybe what we can do is set you up with the curriculum coordinator to ask what do they have in the curriculum. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but I'm in trouble. Please join me in thanking our student fellows.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.